Hello everybody, Ckixy here, and today I got a new prototype I've been working on, which is what I like to call the Etho Brewer, because it's based off of Etho's lab, his three-step brewer. Basically, it's a industrial brewer where instead of brewing with one potion stand and adding all the ingredients through like a hopper or something like that, you use one potion brewing station for each ingredient. So you have each individual ingredient has its own brewing station, and you transfer the bottles throughout the system to make it go faster, and it brews all the potions a lot faster than a single potion brewing stand. So Etho's design, basically he has a potion stand here, then he has hoppers and droppers to transfer the items and the potions through, and they're spaced out every 2 blocks, so it's very large, just a very large system, not compact, and it also has a timer and redstone and all that. So I decided I would try to compact the design, and I was actually, Zumavoid actually asked me on the Cube Crowd server a long time ago to if I could build one of these, but at the time, this is the system I came up with. It was very finicky, it would mess up a lot, and I just decided to not show him it because it was a very bad system. Because it heavily relied on basically you press a button, this will drop its items through to there, and then it would detect the items going through, which would activate the next one, so on and so forth. And it was just a very bad system, and it didn't work, and it had a very bad chain reaction, so if one failed, all the rest would fail. And so I actually gave up on the idea for a while, but I finally came back to it, and these are my new prototypes I've been working on. I don't have a tutorial for them yet because I'm still sort of working on them, trying to compact them down a bit more, but they're working pretty good. So basically what happens is you have as many potion brewing stations as you have ingredients. So this is your primary, this is your secondary, this is your modifier, and it just goes up and up. This has 2 modifiers, this has 3 modifiers, and so you can see this system right here was 210 blocks in volume. My new design over here is 75 blocks in volume, and each one you add a layer, it's only 15 blocks. So this one is 90, and this one is 105. So a 5-step brewer is half as small as my 3-step brewer over there. So these are much more compact and a lot nicer looking, not as big and clunky as that one. So why you would want a industrial brewer instead of a regular brewer is because if you use a regular brewing system like my compact 3 or 4 or 5 ingredient brewers, they take 10 seconds per ingredient, so as you add ingredients it gets longer and longer. So my 3 ingredient brewer takes 30 seconds, 4 ingredients takes 40, 5 ingredients takes 50 seconds. So you can see it exponentially grows the time. Now with this system, if you include the time it takes for the transferring the bottles and for the redstone to activate, it takes 10 seconds to brew a full set of potions. Then when you include the redstone mechanics, it takes about 12 seconds for a 3 ingredient brewer, 13 seconds for a 4 ingredient brewer, and roughly about 15 seconds for a 5 ingredient brewer. So it's much less, and it's very compact and very fast. And so you can see what happens here is when I press this button, this torch will deactivate, which will make this take the contents of the brewer out and put into here, which is the bottles. But the ingredients stay in the brewer, and that allows you to basically just transfer the bottles all the way down without having to add ingredients to the brewing stations. And so then once this torch deactivates this hopper and turns back on, these repeaters here will go across and deactivate this torch, which will in turn deactivate this hopper, and it will allow the contents of this brewer to go into that brewer. And it goes around the back to these repeaters here, which deactivates this torch, and it allows this hopper to empty those contents. And then it goes across and it deactivates this hopper, which is the water refill hopper. Now there's a few issues or bugs I've run into. If you look at this, this is the 3 ingredient brewer, so if you add 2 more layers, the top of this one is a mirror image of this one. As you can see, the hopper for the water bottle refill is to the left, you have the torch here to the right. If you come over here, same thing. But I ran into an issue where if you look at these repeaters, the repeaters go here into the torch, same as the layer below it and the very bottom layer. On this one, I had to make the torch come out the back, and then I put a repeater for a single tick more longer delay, and then a piece of redstone there. I honestly don't know why I had to do that. It just, without it, it just wasn't enough delay, and it would have issues. So if anyone could figure that out, I would like to hear about it in the comments, but I honestly can't figure out why I have to add that. So if you guys have any issues with the design, just add that delay. It should fix the water bottle getting past. Basically what I do is it add too many water bottles or too soon, and a water bottle would get stuck in this hopper because it go in too soon. But like I said, it doesn't have the issue up here. I don't know why, it just doesn't have the issue. And then this one's fine because it's on the opposite side, so it has an even longer delay because it has 2 torches instead of 1 torch. So that works just fine. So you can see here, basically, since it goes from bottom to top, this is the last brewer to activate. So you can see as soon as I press this button, it starts transferring items. This one transfers, and it takes 10 seconds to brew. So you can see the transfer time was about 2 to 3 seconds, and then this takes 10 seconds. As soon as this is done, all the other brewers will be done. You can see this one's ahead of it. So as soon as this is done, the whole entire cycle is done. So that's a full set of potions. You have the primary, secondary, modifier, and then the finalized potions here. Same goes for this one. As soon as I press the button, it starts to transfer its items, and as this starts, it takes 10 more seconds and it will be done with all of them. And so they're a lot more fast than my other designs, which was the single brewer, and they're very helpful because they speed along the process. I'm still working on a timer and a smart detection to see if it runs out of ingredients. So that should be included in the tutorial, or at least mentioned to be like an add-on. So if you want to let me know what you think about it, tell me if there's any bugs with the system, and I will try to compact it more and make a tutorial soon. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.